This is a little bit of a hard video for me to film, just because it hits home a little bit personally. As you know, I've been putting surveys out for people, and I've been really trying to get to the issues that are affecting different members of the veteran community, more on an individual level than anything. Because I feel like in a lot of ways, we as a community and we as individuals are very different things. Because a lot of the stuff you think about as an individual, you might be afraid to admit in public. You might be afraid to really put it out there. Because there's this whole stigma of veterans and this stigma that, we're this powder keg that's about to explode at any minute. And a lot of you, I know, don't want to be looked at like that. You want to be looked at as normal individuals who are just going through a little bit of difficulty right now. This one survey response I got was from an individual who's dealing with something I spoke about before, and that's survivor's guilt. He's kind of having a hard time with the idea that he shouldn't be living a good life when he came to so many near-death experiences in his service, and he lost so many good friends. He's also dealing with the fact that a lot of his good friends, a lot of his mentors have committed suicide. And so you go through this idea in your head that, well, why do I deserve to be here? For years, I created this kind of self-fulfilling prophecy in my head that said, my life sucks because I wasn't ever supposed to be here in the first place. And the idea goes like this. As I've said to you before, when I did get deployed to Iraq, it was a really uneventful deployment. I didn't do much over there. I was running security missions up and down the Euphrates River. And though it was a little bit tense at times because we were pretty far away from any support, we really didn't run into anything at all. But I came back, and a year later, I was stop loss at that point, so I got out, and a year later my unit goes back and they got sent to a place called Fallujah, and I wasn't there with them, and I lost friends, lost people I respected, and one of my fellow NCOs, while rescuing an officer, got hit in the face. And he's still alive, but he's dealing with that for the rest of his life. And so I went through this period where I felt this immense guilt because I wasn't supposed to be there. I felt like I cheated God. I felt like I was, all the crap I was going through at the time, all the bullshit I was going through at the time, I thought that was related, and it was because I wasn't supposed to be here on this planet. I was supposed to have gone over there with them, and I should have died. And this is just a fantasy I created in my own head, saying that, I don't deserve happiness because I didn't man up and go back with my boys. And I still feel guilt over this. If there's anything that keeps me up at night, it's that. But you have to realize something, and that is that regardless of what's going on in your head, and regardless of your own thought processes, and I know this is really hard to understand or deal with, you have to live your life. And life's going to keep going. Life is going to go on. You're going to run into a lot of different times in your life where you have the opportunity to either take control or to let things fall as they may. And if you let things fall as they may, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You allow your guilt to allow you to give control to other situations. And then you basically justify the fact that nothing's happening in your life, and the idea that you have to stay stagnant with the idea that you're not good enough for anything good to happen to you. That's a a bad perspective for a couple different reasons. One, it takes responsibility off of you, right? Because regardless of how you feel about why you're still alive, you still have a responsibility to lead a good life, and you still have the opportunity to lead a good life and to make good things happen for other people. And so if you take yourself out of the equation, you take yourself out of the game, there's no possibility that you're ever going to be able to allow yourself to do anything again, whether that's good or bad. Right? There's just no possibility that you're going to allow yourself to do anything good again. Right? You could sit there, you can mope, you can complain, you could be sad, but you're taking yourself away from building anything. You're taking yourself away from helping anybody, and you're really just helping your own feelings of inadequacy and discontent. But the other thing is this, and this is the thing that you're going to have a harder time dealing with. You're failing your own responsibility to yourself. And yeah, that's related to your responsibility to, maybe keep alive the memory of your friends, maybe keep alive the legacy of the Marine Corps and the legacy of any other service that you're a member of. But in failing yourself, you're really failing other veterans, because it just increases the whole stigma. It increases the whole stigma that we're somehow damaged, that we can't do anything good. And I'm not saying this to criticize you. I'm just saying it to say that you do have a certain responsibility. And it's not too late. It's not too late to allow yourself to live a good life, and it's not too late to contribute. And what I mean by contribute is, the war is over now, but the battle at home is here. The battle for us as a society of veterans to make an impact on this country is right now. And the fact of the matter is, right now, there are no veterans running for the office of the presidency of the United States. It's people who've never even been close to a uniform. And someday, I think that needs to change. But it can't change unless more of us take control of our lives and more of us allow ourselves the possibilities of success, and more of us allow ourselves the possibilities that we can once again become leaders. And so the call for service is really still there. The call to do something that's greater than yourself is really still there. And we've got the choice of either retreating and going back and regressing to within ourselves, to that really bad and dark place, or allowing that darkness, allowing that negativity to become transmuted into something positive. And that's the idea that we need to help each other out, and that the only way we're going to help each other out is by becoming better versions of ourselves. That's all I got. I love y'all. Peace.